Welcome to the UK, and how's the squad travelled after a couple of days of travel and everything like that, and got into the training week?
Yeah, it's been quite good. We're fortunate enough to be able to depart right after the game day over in Chicago and get ourselves settled here in Scotland. So yeah, look, boys have adjusted, and yeah, looking forward to the week. Yeah.
How did you find that experience at midfield on the weekend?
Yeah, so just another day really for me. Yeah, enjoying it. Yeah, just doing what's needed and required by the boys and also the coaching staff. So yeah, look, definitely enjoyed my time.
Was there any differences to test level to midfield compared to what you've played at domestic club level?
Yeah, obviously the athletes you come up against, and I guess there's so much more invested into the weeks and obviously on the line. So yeah, look, that's about the only difference. But job's still the same objectives to get the result we want, and yeah, that's always the task at hand.
Combination with Quinn as well. If that rolls out again this weekend, do you feel that built well over the course of that minutes you got on the park?
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed our time there over in Chicago, and look, it's definitely something to keep building for the future. And yeah, look, definitely enjoyed it. I know me and Quinn's we've come a long way. We've played age group rugby together, obviously with New Zealand schools and under 20s, and now we're here fortunately with the All Blacks. So yeah, we definitely enjoy it, and yeah, we'll take every opportunity we get to be able to represent our country in the midfield there. Yeah.
Are you happy at 12 and 13 list? Is there much difference playing either or?
I don't really mind. I'm a pretty cruisy guy. Whatever the job is at, that's where my head's at. So yeah, look, 12, 13, yeah, it's comfortable weather really, yeah.
And Scotland, what have you made of them and their progress, and what do you expect from them this week?
Yeah, I think we know every year, every time we've played against them, they're a quality side, a big believing team, and I think you look at the past few test matches, a lot of them's just been separated by 7 points or whatnot. And look, they're a side that's got a big week this week, obviously celebrating 100 years of Scottish rugby, so it's an awesome achievement for them, and obviously you see the game growing so strongly here in Scotland is massive, and I think just for us as New Zealand, as All Blacks, to be a part of this celebration is important, and look, we're going to definitely cherish it, and obviously at the same time enjoy the challenge at hand.
You're celebrating 120 years of not losing to Scotland. Is that a source of confidence, pressure, irrelevant, or what?
Look, I think the only confidence you really get is by the way you prepare each day, and that's exactly where we're at here this week. It's going day by day, doing the best we can to be able to achieve what we want on Saturday, but yeah, it all starts with the prep, so yeah.
Is there any pressure to protect that record though? You obviously don't want to be the first All Black side to lose against Scotland, and I'd imagine it's a record that you're all proud of.
Yeah, look, it's something that's obviously been earned by the past and the past players, and it's something, yeah, look, it's definitely still lingering around, but like I said before, the best way we can approach is by preparing each day and building ourselves confidently to be able to go do the task at hand on Saturday. So yeah.
You spoke a little bit about Scotland and their development. Who are the players that you maybe need to shut down on Saturday?
Yeah, look, they've got a lot of quality boys, and we respect every single one of them, but like I said, the focus is on us, what we can do to be able to get the result we want on Saturday, and I think that's where it lies. So yeah, each day it's all about us, and yeah, we'll let things talk on Saturday. Yeah.
Did you play against Finn Russell in front?
No, fortunately not, yeah.
Lester, can we just go back? Were you saying at age grade level you and Quinn played in the midfield together, or you just played in the same team?
I played in the same team, yeah.
So you were on the wing?
Yeah.
How are you feeling coming off the back of a very good win in Chicago? How are the lads feeling ahead of this one?
Yeah, no, we're excited. It's been awesome. We got into Edinburgh really early, so we had a good couple of days. As we said, it was a game where we finished really well against the Irish, and a lot of the things we've been working towards, we started to get a bit of flow. So really keen to make sure that continues, and we understand what we did well, and we do more of it.
What are you expecting from Scotland this weekend? What sort of challenge will they pose?
Oh, massive. Obviously the growth, I reckon, around the Scottish footy over the last couple of years has been massive. Massive occasion for them, obviously, with the 100 years. So that's, it's going to be a massive battle up front. And the way the style of footy that Gregor's got them playing, we've got to be on and not give them the ball too easily, otherwise they can hurt teams.
120 years of trying. Scotland haven't beaten the All Blacks. How proud of that record are the All Blacks, and how motivated are you all to protect it this weekend? Yeah,
obviously massively motivated. Any test for the All Blacks is you're massively motivated to make sure you win, but as you said, the history and the legacy behind that those numbers are pretty massive, and we don't want to be part of a team that helps the Scottish break that.
Jason, Finn Russell, how much of a threat is he?
Yeah, massive. He's a pretty. How would I call him? Bit of a maverick of a player, and he's prepared to have a crack. Backs himself, massive confidence. Was actually in Christchurch when he first came over to Christchurch all those years ago when he had a year over there, and he was. You could tell he's got the attitude that he wants to be the best, and he's proven to be the best in a lot of places and a lot of parts of his game at the moment. But massive threat. We understand his run and kick threat. So you've got to put him under pressure, otherwise he'll have some fun.
Is he hard to plan for?
He's definitely hard to plan for because of his unpredictability around what he's going to do. But I suppose that if you expect anything, then that's your planning.
Just Scott and Geordie, any update? Obviously they're out this week, but you're hopeful they will return at some stage this tour?
Yeah, hopeful. There's a few scan results still to be nailed off with Geordie. Scoot had a pretty nasty cut, as you know, and but all going well, that should heal up in the next little bit. So hopefully they'll be back. Yeah.
Jason, final 20 minutes in Chicago, there's a lot of free-flowing rugby from the All Blacks. It looked, innovative, whatnot. But how much have you had to stress that they've got to start again and they're in the right to do that against Scotland and not just start like that?
Yeah, hugely. There was some skill errors in that first half which stopped us playing. It wasn't as if we played a different way, and from the first to the second half, we just got go forward in the second half, and we backed our skills and we nailed our skill sets. So things down edges, little catch pass on edge, which we were pretty poor at in the first half. We started to nail those things and have real confidence in holding on to the ball. I think that's been a big thing with us. We're prepared to go an extra couple of phases before feeling like there's a kick threat. So it's something we're striving for, and working really hard on skill sets and confidence in our attack.
Would you say that final quarter is the blueprint for this team? That's what you're aspiring to, that type of rugby?
Yeah, 100%. At a test match footy, you definitely have to have real balance in your game around your run and your kick. But I think that would be a fair comment to say that we got those decisions right and our skill sets right. So yeah.
We just heard from Leicester. What do him and Quinn as a midfield combination bring together? Power running. What can they possibly do together? Yeah,
wouldn't want to be on the other side of that midfield, would you? You got two threats coming at you that are with the carry ability that they both have and the offload ability they both have. Saw that in the weekend. So, yeah, they provide that threat, doesn't it? And I talked a little bit around the gain line and getting go forward in your game to set your attack up and help you get to width, and that extra metre or so that you get in the carry from those boys makes it a hell of a lot easier coming around the corner. So, they play to their strengths. Obviously, Caleb had a good game in the weekend too, around being big and strong and getting us over a gain line. So, I think the importance of having, two or three guys who are really dominant in the carry is getting really, really important in the game these days.
Do you see them as quite interchangeable between second and centre?
I think they both can play both. Personally, like Quinn at 12. I know Leicester can do both, and you look at your dynamics of your team with your midfielders and your wingers, I reckon, and you need to have some power, but guys with the sort of point of difference that have skill sets as well.
With Leicester, I know you're not trying to encourage young New Zealanders to leave at the age of 23, but he has come back a better player, a more rounded player, I guess. So, there is value to some of these guys going offshore and playing their game over there. I think wherever you go, especially if it's a France or something, you learn a different way, and you learn just as much. You learn from what I wouldn't do and what I would do in different environments. But Leicester was definitely, when he left New Zealand, he was in a space he was about to kick off too, I think. So he's in a great spot, isn't he? Great spot to kick on, and talk about triple threats. He's probably more than a triple threat at the moment.
Just going back to Finn, did you work with him when he was in New Zealand?
Yeah, I was first year back in Christchurch actually, and the IHPU, the International Performance Centre, he came over with the little 9 I can't think of at the moment, so I worked with him for that first 6 months, yeah.
What did you kind of make of him then, and did you see the kind of potential in it when you seen?
Oh yeah, that's why he was over there. He was had massive potential. Enjoyed himself in Christchurch. He sort of takes to everything that goes with the game, and he loves the game and he loves everything that goes with him, and I sort of admire that. So he's always had a bit of talent, and he's obviously applied himself over the years to get to where he's got to.
Sonny Tuipulotu's become an important part of the Scotland team. How big a kind of threat is he, and how much does your midfield have to can combat it.
Yeah, 100%. You just mentioned two real key guys in their back line around how their game operates, with Finn and then with Sione, who seems to be the, in the middle of everything they do. That's both sides of the ball. So yeah, well aware of the threat he is with the ball in hand, and not just as a carrier. He's got some nice soft skills as well. But across that Scottish backline, there's some quality players in there, isn't there? And hence the footy they've been playing over the last couple of years.
How tricky or otherwise is the team selection for this week? I think in years gone by when maybe Scotland weren't as strong, this would be the game to maybe rest a few key guys. With such a demanding schedule, how do you go about that?
I think there's a balance over picking the best team to beat Ireland last week and the best team to beat Scotland this week. It will always drive things and whatever's best for that group. And there's you've just got to focus on what's happening this week, and we'll pick the strongest team to beat Scotland hopefully in the weekend.
Managing any other injuries apart from those guys?
I think Jace Ryan pulled up with a tight calf after his run this morning, but I don't think there's anyone else apart from that. Little niggles, as I said, we got a great travel out of Chicago. We're out the night of the game. I don't know if you know that, but that meant that we've had a really good Sunday, Monday, Tuesday here, and all those little bangs and knocks have all pretty much cleared up apart from the two you've mentioned.
Big loss, Jason Ryan.
Yeah. No, his pace or his power, I'm not sure which one.
Natural athlete.
Yeah, that's right. You said it.
Thanks, Jess.